If four things are followed, having a great aim, acquiring knowledge, hard work, and perseverance, then anything can be achieved. Abdul Kalam. My friends, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, making sure that you're improving your aim to make it great, acquiring the knowledge, your hard work during those minutes, and perseverance, that is doing it every day. You can do this. This is not rocket science. It is charting art. If engineers could just design programs to do it, all the engineers you know would be multimillionaires. Again, it takes experience. It takes knowledge. It takes discipline, honing those skills and the emotional discipline to cut your trades when they're not working and let the good ones go. Let them keep going and those profits stacking up. Let's jump into these charts. 10 to 15 minutes a day, that's all we ask. We see the S&P 500 up a little bit for the day, ended the week. Again, we can see this spinning top here. We've got a lot of up movement that's been kicked down. We've got some down movement there also. We have decent volume. We can see where things over the prior, let's see, this is the first day of the latest 2-day candle, but up movements and then just sort of dying on the vine as we look at what's happening as prices moved back down below. You can see it peaking back down on this little bit of a red candle. Now, all that's subject to change on, of course, Monday as we get into the new week. We can see down in the morning, recovered a little bit in the afternoon on that half-day chart. 2 days showing us what its picture is. Weekly showing us what happened over the entire 5 days. And again, no acceleration up at this point, but primed to potentially move up. Now, I know we have a lot of headwinds. We've got the Feds, we've got inflation, we've got war in Europe, we've got all sorts of crazy things going on. But again, the stock market doesn't care about any of that. You keep inflating the money supply, real things go up in value. So we'll wait, watch, and see. I have been expecting more of a pullback, which we've not seen. So again, what do I know? All I know is to follow the charts. Now let's look at where we are on the NASDAQ 100, up for the day 0.37%. We have this potential ceiling here. We can see where we have had the wick move just a little above that prior high. As far as where price closed for the day at 310.89, we can see that, again, that's, somewhere, again, below that. And where that purple is 313.85. So we're a good $3 away from that, just right at $3 away from it. So we'll keep an eye on that. We can see where the latest 2-day candle has pulled back a little bit down in the morning and then a doji in the afternoon on the half-day chart. So we'll watch, wait and see if, like we saw last time when things bumped up, they rolled over. We'll see if this rollover is starting. We'll pay close attention over the course of this next week. For the Patreon members, so many of those 3-wave trades that we showed you where I put up this same kind of potential ceiling line about the same period, many of those trades rolled over and have been heading down since then. Not so yet with the Qs, so we'll keep an eye on that. Let's move on to 20-year bonds. They were up a little bit, 0.42%. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold, so I apologize. Doing the best I can do for you. What do we see here? Well, we see a very lackluster week, much lower than we saw over the course of this last week. We do what looks like it could be a ceiling here, holding things down and back. We can see this negative volume is up a little over the average. When we look at the smaller charts, first day of this latest 2-day, laying right there on the line, half day below the line. So we will keep an eye as to where we go this next week. Are bonds just sort of digesting this big up week that we had on the week starting the 13th? That is last week. not this current week that we just ended that started the 20th. Was it just digesting that, or is it getting ready to move up again? Again, we will keep an eye on it. Let volume, let price, and let trend lines lead us. If we see this next week start off where things are a dropping and volume is climbing on a down move, then of course we will be ready to act. Now, let's see where we are as we go to gold. What is up with gold? Well, we can see that gold hit a higher high this week. It pulled back some for the day on Friday, 1.13%. But overall, a good week for gold, above average on that weekly. Now look at what's happening on the 2-day. We can see where it popped up, that 2-day candle Friday, Monday, the 10th, and then the 13th. And then, we had nice, strong movement there on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 14th and 15th. We can see Thursday, Friday, the 16th and 17th, lots of volume. And then as we got into this week, the Monday, Tuesday, the Wednesday, Thursday, and this is just the first day of the latest. So again, we will be watching to see if on Monday, gold continues to push up in volume. We look at the half-day chart and you can see where things have meandered around, but again, still well above that weekly trend line on both the 2-day and the weekly. The 2-day and the half-day. So that is boding well for gold. Now, what about Bitcoin? Nice week for Bitcoin, higher high. We can see, though, where it topped off. If you look down at the half-day chart, where it really started topping off here on Wednesday in the morning and just sort of sliding down and losing some of that momentum. You can also see it on those 2-day charts, much smaller candle. We look at where the volume is, and of course you can see the light volume on Friday, the first day of that latest 2-day candle. Now we look at the weekly, volume overall higher than the prior week. And of course we can see where volume just sort of really went down over the last 2.5 days. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin again. Not super excited. Those of you, please, who like our charting cryptos and commodities, I did just release that publicly. Came out on Wednesday for the Patreon members, released today. You'll see that my overall mood has not changed with cryptocurrencies. My friends, we've got to have stuff that is easy. I mean, look at this chart, okay, and think about trackability. I mean, you jump in here, and what do you get before it crashes down on you? Nothing. You jump in for the down move. What happens? Virtually nothing. It then pops up. Now, then again, rotates over down for 3 weeks, but it already almost hits that in the first week. And then sideways for many weeks. Now, this is nice where things pop up, but how would you have seen that coming after a fake fire here? I mean, just all the, it's so hard when you compare it with something like this, with the S&P, boom, 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 boom. I mean, it gives you so many opportunities. This one, not super great. This one, decent. This one, decent. This one, decent. And again, what is our requirement? It is to cut your losses when things aren't working. But you've got to have something that's going to run for you. Well, that's one reason we follow the S&P and the NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, and gold, is because we have things that we can track and trade. And I want you to practice that and prove it to yourself. Again, using the average true range to help you use these beautiful little tools to set your long and short positions with your getting out points if things don't work on your loss band, and letting your profits run. Folks, always love to have you with us. Love to talk about these charts. Each and every day I look forward to this. It is fun for me. People ask me, Tom, why do you spend all this time doing this for free? Because my friends, I tell you, in the end, I'm the one that benefits the most, because doing this gets me in the markets every single day. And of course, keeps me honest, keeps my nose to the grindstone, keeps me trading. And I want you to keep trading. Practice trade. It doesn't cost you a penny to learn how to do this. And like I say, don't worry about how long it takes. Once you master the charts, you'll make up for every second you ever spent. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.